Assalamu alaikum everyone, it's me, Big Z. How are you? Me, I'm not so well. I have a complaint. But before the complaint, I'm going to give you a history lesson. Once upon a time, Allah created Adam alayhi salam, the first man. Now, after Allah created man, Adam, He gave him life, and the first thing that happened was Adam alayhi salam sneezed. When he sneezed, he said, Alhamdulillah. Then Allah Ta'ala replied in kind, Yarhamukullah. And that's why we do that when, we sneeze. Muslims do that. Next thing, one of the next things that happened was Allah Ta'ala tells Adam alayhi salam, look, there's a group of angels over there. I want you to go to those angels and I want you to say, Assalaamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And so he does, comes back. Allah Ta'ala asks, what happened? Adam alayhi salam says, well, okay, I went to them, I came back, I did what you told me to. And the angels replied, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And Allah Ta'ala says, this will be how you will greet one another. Okay? So, history lesson over. What's annoyed me was my complaint. A few days ago, I went to the gym, local gym, and it was Maghrib time, the fourth prayer of the day. So I figured I'm going to go read my prayers. I go to the guy at the counter. I said, look, I need a room so I can read my prayers before I hit the machines, right? He said, oh yeah, sure, follow me. So I did, I followed him. And we get to this room. Well, on the way to the room, he says, you're going to read one of your 5 prayers, yeah? I said, yeah. Oh, so you're a Muslim? Yeah, I'm a Muslim, brilliant. So he says, oh, great, so am I. Assalamu alaikum. That was his salam. Assalamu alaikum. I said, yeah, oh, great, you're Muslim. Wa alaikum salam. I figured I'll just give it him anyway, properly, obviously. At least he tried. So I went into the room, read my prayer, did my exercise. On the way out, I was speaking to him about memberships. And whilst leaving, I said to him properly, I said, Assalamu alaikum. Then he replied, Wa alaikum salam. Obviously, a bit more firm now. So that was good. However, a few days after that, it's nearly Asr time. Asr is, it was about Asr time. I was running late for it. So I run into the local masjid. And when I go in, this kid about 12, 13 years old is walking out of the wuzu area. He walks out, he sees me. He doesn't say salam. I'm busy taking off my shoes. I think to myself, well, perhaps I should have said salam first. Fine. I go in. I do my wuzu, my ablution, I go read my prayers, and I come out. And there's other gentleman there in the shoe rack area. He's about 15, 20 years older than me. He sees me, I see him, I smile, I say, Assalamu alaikum. No reply, nothing. Stone cold face. I said, fine, never mind, I don't know what's on his mind. I put my shoes on, and I'm about to leave the masjid. Gentleman behind me is just finishing putting his shoes on. I turn around and I smile at him. About to say salam, he looks away. And looks away, that's it. Not like he was distracted by something by his shoes while he was tying it up. Not like he lost his balance or something. Just straight looked away. And I didn't have the heart to say salam to that. He didn't even wanted to recognize I was there. So I left. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm beginning to see this more and more. That Muslims are not saying salam to each other. Initially, it used to be an issue every now and then. You bump into a guy on the street, perhaps it slips your mind, which it shouldn't. Now it's got to the case where I'm in the masjid and I'm trying to say salam to people and people are not replying. How many excuses do I need to figure out for people? Number of times that this has happened to me as well as other people. I mean, I'm in a shop, I walk into a shop, alhamdulillah, I grow the beard because I want to look like a Muslim as well. One of the reasons I have the beard. I go into a shop and these other people are Muslims there. They don't say salam first. I have to say salam first. And I see them dealing with other people who are Muslims. They're not saying salam. Sometimes you can tell the other person looks like one. You can tell that I look like a Muslim. Chances are I'm one of them. One of them. Right? If you don't look like one, fine. Clarify that. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of that identity Allah's given you. He has given you the gift of faith. He's given you the gift of Iman. You are a Muslim. Why are you so nervous or shy about that? Why aren't you saying salam? You might think that this is a trivial issue, but number one, this is one of the first things Allah Ta'ala taught mankind. And I believe one of the reasons why, Allah forgive me for speculating, but I haven't come across a scholar recently. This happened recently, so I just have to get this out. Is that when you say salam to each other, just think about what you're saying. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. And what do you reply in kind? And on, may His blessings be upon you as well. That is the greeting. So, number one, the very first thing that's coming out of your lips when you meet each other is a prayer. You're recognizing Allah Ta'ala as the all-powerful person. He is the one who can give you the peace and the blessings. And you are asking Allah Ta'ala to give the peace and blessings upon the person you are meeting, the person in front of you. And you acknowledge that by replying in kind. All of that is happening. You are always in a state of taqwa, God consciousness, right? Explain to me how Muslims can make a difference in the world if you are not even doing the fundamental basics of what you're supposed to do as a Muslim. How's that? I'm not saying that, oh, work your hardest and make sure that you are perfect in your deen and then try and fix the world. No, because guess what? Fixing the world is part of being a decent human being, a perfect Muslim. So they're not separate. They're both one and the same thing. However, if you're not even trying to do the fundamentals on which everything is based on, they're called pillars for a reason, people. 5 pillars hold a building up. Remember that. And this isn't even a pillar. This is just saying salam to one another. The reason, one of the things that nags me is that we are in a part of the world where we face discrimination, we face misunderstandings, we face this confrontation, and simply because I honestly believe of misunderstanding. There are probably other reasons as well, but I think this is the biggest one. Misunderstanding between us and the non-Muslims, and we don't integrate as much as we should do. However, how can we help them overcome those misunderstandings if we don't even understand what we are ourselves? We can't even meet each other like Muslims. We don't even recognize each other as Muslims. Fine, he's your mate, he's your brother. He's the guy who walks behind the shop counter. He's the customer that's walked into your shop. But first and foremost, you see that if a person, if we recognize as a Muslim, that is immediately a bond there between you two. Why are you abandoning that? How can you possibly appraise is the wrong word, if you glorify brotherhood, if you're not even recognizing it immediately at the fundamental base level, the foundation layer, you're not even doing that. It's all very well, we want to do dua for Libya, for Palestine, for Sham, for Misr, Egypt, Syria, and Palestine, for those who don't know, and Burma especially, and Afghanistan, and maybe Kashmir, and any other Muslim country that we can think of. Unfortunately, I can't name them all. But if you can't even do the very basics as well, that doesn't take much effort to do. The things that take no effort to do, if you're not even going to do that, how exactly are you going to fix the condition of your brothers and sisters around the world? This is an identity crisis, people. You take away bits and bobs at a time, then you lose what it is to be your identity in the first place. Right? You take away little bits and bobs, the whole building falls down. Be happy with what Allah's given you. He's given you the gift of Iman. He's giving you the gift of faith. Don't abandon it. Don't. So what if you might think it's a bit weird or awkward? If you think it's weird and awkward saying salam, or you're too nervous saying salam, you better have a rethink about what you believe in. Not here, sorry, here as well. One of the reasons I honestly believe that as Muslims we are taught that we have to look different, look different from the non-Muslims, is not because we are separate from them. No. Yes, we have something, we believe something that is different from them. But one of the reasons I believe is it's more psychological than it is physical in appearance. How I mean is, for example, if you look at a person, look at yourselves. Me as a guy, I know this. If I dress up in a business suit, I will act completely differently than I am wearing casual clothes. Why? Because I've made myself in a state of mind. I've put myself in a state of mind. I'm wearing something, flash. I'm wearing a business suit. I don't want to ruin the suit. I want to look and represent what I am dressing for. And the same goes when I'm going casual. I'm dressing to relax, to chill out. I'm going out, watching a movie or something and going hanging out with mates. Same thing with being Muslim as well. This is why it is so important as Muslims to not just look different, but act different as well. Alright? We are ambassadors of our religion in this non-Muslim land, and if you can't even do the fundamental step of saying Assalaamu, Alaikum to your other brother, you've already lost the battle, you've already failed. Don't give up the small things, because mountains are made of pebbles. Alright, people? That's all I got for now. Let's see what the comments brings. Wassalamu alaikum.